they're inseparable. And then one day something happens and they're not even friends anymore. I think that most girls can relate to this. We've all experienced something like this, a friendship that suddenly ends, or even a friend that becomes the mean girl. I never experienced that as a kid, but I did experience as an adult this sudden loss of a friendship. I mean, it was really kind of shocking. I still really can't figure out why it happened. And so I think all of us can relate to that, right? And what happens first when suddenly, you're a young girl and your best friend is just gone, or just a good friend? What happens? How do you feel? I think the first thing that happens is sort of confusion. And then I think a lot of girls don't say anything when this happens because they think it's their fault. And I think that's the biggest issue for girls is when that happens, these friendships shift or end, is they feel like they've done something wrong, even if they haven't. So they feel guilty. They feel foolish. They feel like nobody likes them, right? This one friendship ends and suddenly their self-worth is affected. So this is really why I wrote Blair and the Forgotten Flames, which is the first book in the Lebedeau's Adventure series and our whole Lebedeau's mission. I thought, what a great one to start with. So all of these stories have different personalities and different challenges, but I don't think there's anybody that cannot relate to that lack of self-worth, that self-doubt. And this is such a cool story. Blair is called into this magical world, but she's not just called there by accident. She's called there to do something very courageous and really maybe the least likely person at that point to be called. And so it's so much fun and it's magical and these characters are just unforgettable and so relatable. But I really think that girls can, through fun and adventure, see themselves in these stories, and maybe it'll just be a little something, just a little something in their lives to help them believe in themselves. I just feel like, especially in this age of social media and, people are so much more visible, but not, right? Behind the screen, behind the phone. And it used to be that you were face to face. And a lot of people would never say the things that they do behind the scenes to the person, in person. And so I think it's just harder than ever for our girls to grow up with self-worth. I'm talking about real self-worth, not one that's tied to looks or money or clothing, but really valuing who they are. And so if you have a girl that has gone through this or any other kind of situation that has caused her to stop believing in herself, I think Blair and the Forgotten Flames is definitely for her, because girls don't just read this story, they see themselves in it.